everybody and welcome back to my channel. So it is 4:56 p.m. It's 4:46 p.m. and I'm just now getting up for the day, and I just wanted to make myself look more presentable than I do right now, and I kind of just wanted to talk about some things that have been on my mind. I've made a video similar to this before, but I feel like I'm just not myself on my channel, and it bothers me because I feel like the videos where I don't How do people wear headbands? This is not a look. This ain't it. Bird Box makeup challenge, anyone? Wait, let me, what is this? What brush is this? I think this is my blush brush. Bird Box, who? I'm just like jumping into this and just like doing this, and we're just gonna get ready together while I do this. I don't have a ponytail, so I think I'm just gonna use this as ponytail. Am I Emma Chamberlain now? This looks a little better, right? Okay. I don't know why I thought it would be a good idea to stop filming and pick at every single pimple and blackhead and disgustingness on my face. So now my whole face is red and I'm crying. So lately I've just been kind of uninspired to film things, and it's kind of weird because I feel like right now my channel as a whole is doing the best that it's ever done. I feel like I'm really in a shell. I feel like I'm trapped in this box and I can't get out. I feel like I'm not making the content that I want to be making. Like, yes, I've said this multiple times, and every time I make a video like this, the video generally doesn't do well. And it's not that I get upset because it's like I want views. It's like I want people to watch these kinds of like chit chat videos just to like know a little bit more about me, I guess, and to like just understand where I'm coming from and like why I do things. And I feel like YouTube just isn't the YouTube that I fell in love with. I've been trying to film this video or find the right words to say for a long time. YouTube used to be a place where I feel like people who were not rejects or people, you know, I don't want to call anyone lonely or call them out of their place, but I just feel like YouTube used to be a space where people who were lonely, people who, you know, might have not had that many people to talk to, things like that, they would come on here and they would find like this community of people who like genuinely, you know, wanted to talk to them and like enjoyed, I don't know, it's just like making internet friends, if that makes sense. Like, I just feel like no one's genuine, if that makes sense. And like people who watch my channel, like, of course, like I'm, you know, 100% like so over the moon that, you know, people watch and comment on my things, but sometimes I just feel like some of the people who comment on my things don't have genuine intentions. You know, it's one thing to comment on people's stuff and be like, you know, like, wow, I really liked your video, you know, blah, blah, like, I have a channel too, if you could check it out. Like, it's one thing, but it just, I don't know, it just kind of upsets me whenever people literally will comment on my video and just be like, hey, I have a channel, you should come check it out, blah, blah, or like sub for sub and all that stuff. It's just like, don't even bother messing with my videos, because I feel like it gives me a sense of false hope almost, if that makes sense, or disingenuousness, if that makes sense. There's people who I comment on their videos and, you know, I'm like, wow, you know, this is awesome, like, can't wait to see more videos from you, like, blah, 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 but like, I don't comment that on people's videos that I don't mean it on. I only comment that on people's videos that I actually enjoy. Like, if I don't enjoy your video, I'm not gonna give you this sense of, you know, of someone wanting to watch your videos and then the words that I'm trying to say are not coming out the way that I want to say them. And I don't think I'm the only person in the world who feels this way. I feel like I'm just really hard at putting my feelings into words, and the way that I feel, you know, putting it into words. I just feel like I'm at a place in my life right now where I don't want to say I'm like super depressed, because I feel like that's really kind of dramatic, and I think people overuse the word depressed a lot without, not that they don't know the true meaning of depressed. I'm pretty sure everyone knows what being depressed means, but I feel like people have turned the word depressed into like this cool, like quirky thing. Like, oh, I'm depressed. Oh, I have anxiety, blah, blah, blah. Like, that bothers me whenever people do that. And I'm not the kind of person to like I'm not an uptight person, should I say. One of those people who's always like, you know, oh, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. But that just bothers me for some reason. I feel like I'm a lover of makeup, but I hate what the makeup industry has become. I have a lot of things that I want to do in my life, and having a successful YouTube channel has always been one of them. You know, I've been watching YouTube for a long time. You know, I started when I was a kid watching Salad Fingers, and what else did I used to watch? I used to watch Salad Fingers. I watched The Mysterious Ticking Noise, you know, the Harry Potter Puppet Pals, Charlie the Unicorn. I used to watch Fred, of course. Most people don't know this, but Charlie Puth, the singer, he used to be a YouTuber. He used to make comedy videos. I used to watch him. I watched Niga Higa, and just so many people, and I feel like I always wanted to be like them in some weird type of way. I just always thought like, wow, this is like the coolest thing ever, before I knew that YouTube was even about money. And sometimes I wish that YouTube wasn't a money thing. I think that YouTube would be a lot better in general if it wasn't, which, you know, obviously it never will be because it's such, you know, this huge platform now. But I feel like I kind of miss the days when it was different. Well, let me tell y'all something. When I was very young, a wee little girl, I was probably in middle school. It was around in 2011 or so, around that time, when all of those videos that I just mentioned were popular. I had a channel. I had about 10 videos on it. None of them will ever see the light of day. I'm so sorry. I cannot tell you the channel name. The videos still exist right now, and let me tell you, it's bad. Maybe one day, if I ever have like a larger platform and like people really want to see it, maybe I'll share some of them. Maybe I could like react to my first YouTube videos or something. But other than that, those videos cannot see the light of day. But the point that I'm making is, you know, I've been kind of on this train for a long time when it comes to YouTube and stuff. And I just feel like it was just such a different experience back then. And I don't really know how to put into words what I mean, but I feel like if anyone watched YouTube back in the day, you'll know what I mean. Like, it was just, I feel like if YouTube would go back to the way that it was, which again, I know it never will, I feel like a lot of the BS and a lot of the posers and a lot of the haters, and I feel like a lot of things would just be filtered out of the platform. And sometimes I wish, this is gonna sound wrong because I really do love YouTube, but sometimes I wish that another platform would start so that way everyone could have a fresh start. Like, I feel like YouTube is just so oversaturated, and I feel like every video that I make, I feel like there's a million other videos like it. Like, why would people want to watch mine? Like, just that kind of feeling. And I try not to let that discourage me from making videos. I mean, obviously not, you know, making video right now. For some reason, I'm just having a really hard time lately making videos and making content. I'm trying out this pretty vulgar bronzer I got in BoxyCharm. Haven't used it yet. I got my BoxyCharm a few days ago, but same kind of thing. I don't want to make a video on it because there's so many other BoxyCharm videos. Like, I just don't even feel like it. But, and to me, like I said before, it's not about the money for me. I mean, obviously a sponsorship would be nice. Obviously $1 million would be nice. But it's really not about that for me. Like, these days, it's just so hard to compete. And it makes it really hard for smaller people to make videos, I feel like. I mean, there are some people, you know, I can't speak for everyone, and it's so hard to even say things on the internet, I feel like. Like, even making this video, I know somebody in the comments will probably get like mad at what I'm saying or like have something to say about what I'm saying. Like, I feel like you can't say anything on the internet anymore without people freaking out and like having a heart attack. Like, just calm down. Like, it's just never that serious. Like, people always have something to say about what everyone has to say, and I just feel like it wasn't like that before. Like, if you look back to like, say like Shane Dawson's old videos, or like Jenna Marbles' old videos, or like just Charlie Puth's videos. His whole channel is gone now. You can't find it anymore, but they were spectacular, I promise. Just stuff like that. I just feel like they were able to say things because not as many people were on the platform and there wasn't as many eyes on them. And I just feel like now the internet is such an oversaturated place that everyone's watching. It's all eyes on you all the time. Because of the fact that all of these bigger YouTubers have like these production companies and editors and things like that, I feel like it's harder for smaller people to compete. And like I was saying, there are some people who, you know, go viral in one video. Like I'm gonna use Smoking Glow, for instance. I'm gonna link her channel below so you can go check her out so nobody gets mad that I didn't credit her, like just that kind of thing. That's irritating to me that I have to, not that I don't want to give Hannah promotion because I really do like her channel, it's just the fact that I have to be like, I'm gonna link it below because if not, someone's gonna freak out. Like when I made my eyeing not buying video, somebody commented and they were like, someone else already did this, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, this is the internet. I'm sorry if similar people think, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have a thought in my head and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person in the universe who has had that same thought. Like that's irritating to me that I have to do that. So anyways, getting back to Hannah, you know, she got very lucky in the sense that, you know, one of her first videos went viral. So, you know, she got a platform really fast. So she's an unusual situation, but I'm using her as an example because she's the kind of person who literally like sits in her bedroom or whatever it is and like just films a video, you know, and like talks and then it's good. But so I'm using her as an example because there are people who get lucky like that, but for the most part, you know, it's really hard for smaller people to grow. And I don't say this because it's like I want followers, I want like money, things like that. It's just I want like people to talk to, if that makes sense. Like I'm a lonely person, you know. I have friends, I have a boyfriend, you know, I have people in my life who, you know, want to talk to me and stuff. But I don't know, it's just something about having like a little internet family that I've always just like wanted. And I feel like I'm never gonna, you know, reach the place that I want to be at because of all of these bigger people oversaturating the platform. And I don't blame them at all, you know, like just James Charles, for instance, like I'm super happy for him and all his success, you know, Jeffree, like all of the big people, Shane Dawson, you know, all of their series and everything, it's spectacular, it's great content, you know, I love watching it myself. But when I put myself in a viewer perspective, you know, somebody who doesn't have a channel, it's like, would I want to watch someone sitting in their bedroom, or would I want to watch, you know, this huge production movie kind of thing, you know? And that's what YouTube is turning into. I just like shook the whole desk. I feel like I'm missing the point of what I'm trying to say. Let me circle back because I kind of got off track. That's what YouTube is kind of, you know, turning into. It's turning into this full-on movie site almost, you know what I mean? It's a TV site now, you know. People, me for instance, I mean, I'm that kind of person. I don't have cable. I have YouTube Premium, Hulu, Netflix, you know, all that kind of stuff like that, all those, you know, streaming platforms. And you know, they have TV shows on YouTube now, you know what I mean? So I just feel like it's getting harder and harder every day for smaller people to get their name out there and, you know, get shown and things like that. And I don't think that it's about, you know, talent or anything like that at all, because there's tons of people, when I say tons of people, I mean tons of people who are small creators who I have watched and are literally so much more talented, so much more funny, so much more charismatic, so much more interesting, all of those things like that. They are so much more of those things than some of the people who are big. Some of the people who are like the big YouTubers, I literally watch their videos and I'm like, I don't understand how you're famous. And when you think of it, I mean, there are a lot of people who have, you know, worked from the bottom, you know, like really been on this platform for years, but there are some people who literally have blown up in, you know, less than, you know, like a year or so time period. And it's like, why? Like, why are you popular? Like, I don't get it. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of hard for someone like me to compete with all those things because, like I said, you know, would you want to watch someone with a $3,000 camera film this beautiful HD footage, fully edited, crazy massive video, or would you want to watch someone like me sitting in her loft with a backdrop playing with the Flower Beauty concealer? It's just so disheartening to me because that's what YouTube used to be. It used to be people sitting in their bedroom playing with makeup, people making funny videos, people just being goofy and being themselves. And I feel like nobody can truly be themselves. I feel like, and it's just like, I'm having trouble even talking about this because I'm so concerned that someone is going to be in the comments and like come at me stupid and be like, oh, your opinion's wrong, blah, blah, blah. I feel like one of the truest people and one of the only people on the platform who is 100% herself, well, I don't want to say 100%, but mostly herself, you know what I mean, is Tana Mongeau. And I feel like you say Tana Mongeau's name and all you think is scandal. Everybody hates her. I'm not going to say everything that she's done, you know, in her life is perfect and good, but for the most part, when you think of Tana Mongeau, if you think of all of the reasons why she has these scandals, you know, like I said, nobody freak out. Yes, she has done a lot of wrong things that are completely her fault. But when you think of a lot of the reasons why people don't like her, it's because she's truly being herself. Something that YouTube used to be. People hate Tana Mongeau for smoking weed and partying and promoting that to children. I understand that completely. But here's the thing. Let's think. Tana is 20, 21. How old is she? Something like, no, I think she's 21. Yeah, she's 21, whatever. Doesn't matter how old she is. Point is that when you were that age, what were you doing? Or if you're not at that age yet, when you get to that age, what do you think you're going to be doing? That people don't like Tana because she talks about sex all the time. Okay, when you're in your early 20s, late teens, what is the main thing on your mind? Sex, right? Am I wrong? People don't like her because, you know, she's just crazy and outgoing and like always doing these crazy things. But it's like she's literally just being herself. Like, I don't know how to, you know, and I could be wrong. Tana could be putting on an act, you know, like I said, but I feel like she's being her genuine self. And when you really think about it, most people her age, all she's doing is literally living the exact same, except the only difference is she's putting it on the internet. And that's why people don't like her, because here's the truth of the matter. Almost every person I know who is her age and, you know, can live that kind of lifestyle that she lives, they literally act the same as her, if not way worse. So that's why, you know, like I said, I know Tana has done some things like with the whole TanaCon thing, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not saying any of that is right in any way, but you have to remember she's literally young. She is a baby and all she's doing is living her life, but she's doing it publicly. So that's why people don't like her, because they feel like, you know, she's promoting things to her children, you know, that's not good and stuff like that. And, you know, it's just, I think that's just a parenting thing, to be honest. I mean, I feel like people should be able to do whatever they want, because that's what YouTube was made for people to come on here and do whatever they want. If you allow your children to, you know, watch that kind of thing, then that's like saying porn stars promote sex to children, so porn shouldn't exist anymore. Okay, I see your point, but why are you letting your children watch porn? People can say easily, Family Guy promotes drugs, Family Guy promotes racist, Family Guy this, and this, okay? Does that mean that Family Guy is gonna go out of business, or Family Guy, you know, is gonna stop making episodes? Absolutely not. If you don't like the content that Family Guy is showing, then don't let your children watch Family Guy. You know what I mean? I just think it's that kind of thing. And, you know, I'm just using Tana as an example because I feel like she's very popular, and I know a lot of people are gonna hate me for what I just said, but it's the truth, and that's how I feel, and it's an opinion. No, people don't know how to let other people have an opinion. Everybody, and I just feel like everyone is so stuck up these days. Like, everyone just has like a stick up their ass. Like, just calm down. Like, it's just not that serious. People like literally losing their mind, like sending YouTubers death threats, like just doing all this crazy stuff. Like, it's just never that serious. It's a YouTube video. If you don't like it, turn it off. If you think I'm being stupid and you think my thoughts right now are stupid, turn it off. Don't watch the video. Dislike the video if you feel the need to. I want to be back in the YouTube world where everyone was goofy and everyone, you know, was joking around and nobody was so serious and it wasn't about money all the time and everyone was genuine. And just think about it. I feel like so many people would not even be YouTubers and would not even be on the platform if it wasn't for money. Tell me I'm wrong. Now, you can argue that some people love their job, you know, even though they're making money. Like, yes, you just said it right there, their job. That's the word right there that I was looking for. Job. You know what I mean? And that's to be expected. If you're sitting here putting your all into videos, you should get paid for it. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is, there's a difference. You can tell, at least I can tell, whenever a YouTuber is in this for the money and when they're not. Like, there's just certain people who just pop up out of nowhere and then all of a sudden like have all this merch and like just do all these things like that. And it's like, yes, you know, I'm sure that you love making YouTube videos because making YouTube videos is fun, you know what I mean? But would you still be making them if you weren't getting paid for it, is the real question. This eyeshadow look is not coming out as expected, but I'm gonna pick one of my Zodiac pigments and I'm gonna see which one I like to go with this look. We're gonna do the Archer because apparently we're having like a purple black eye moment. So that's what we're gonna do. But like I was saying, well actually I wasn't talking about this at all, but now I'm talking about this. I've been using these pigments like almost every time I do my makeup. I really love them, and I love just every time I use them, I just wipe it all off on my clothes and everything's glittery and it's beautiful. And I actually have not been using them with my expensive glitter primer that I bought. Well, my boyfriend bought for me, but whatever. I've just been using them wet, straight out the tube. I think it's quicker, I think it's faster, and I think it's nice. And I also think that I'm going to have fallout all over my face after I do this, and I do think that this is a bad idea. I'm gonna stop with the eyes because this is not working. Kathleen, I want a refund. Just kidding, definitely wasn't the pigments or the Alien palette, which I used for the rest of my look. I don't even know if I said that, but I'm pretty sure you saw it. I used the Alien palette for everything else. It's not the palettes, it's my lack of skill is the problem. I'm covered in glitter and I look like I just got beat up, so I'm gonna put some mascara on and hopefully it helps everything. I'm just gonna try and talk to you while I put this mascara on. This is what I was thinking. You know, a lot of, say, gaming people and like just comedy YouTubers in general, they have ads and sponsorships in every single one of their videos. But as soon as a beauty guru does a sponsorship, everybody loses their mind. And people are always like, why is that? Why is that? And I think that I finally figured out why is that. Here's why. So basically, you know, these ads that run on these comedy channels and on these gaming channels, obviously we all know that these people are not actually using these products or these apps or whatever they're promoting. You know, we know we're not using it, so everyone's just like, ugh, boring, you know, skip through it. But when it comes to a beauty guru, the things that they're sponsoring is our trust. So Sophia Nygaard has been sponsored by this little game called Best Fiends. I'm not going to tell you about it because I'm not sponsored by them. So that's not important right now, but basically it's an app, it's a game, whatever, not important. So whenever people see that she's sponsored by her, they're just like, okay, whatever, it's a sponsorship, moving on with my life. Because her opinion of that game doesn't affect our wallet and it doesn't affect the video. Now, however, whenever a beauty guru, say someone, I'm going to use the instance of Daisy Marquez. Recently, Daisy Marquez did a video of full face of Wet n Wild's new collection, and it's the Rebel Rose collection. And let me tell you guys, if you haven't watched Daisy's video, you don't have to. It's totally fine. You can find the collection without watching her video. But let me tell you, after watching that video, I want the collection. You know what I mean? And then, you know, during the video, of course, I had a feeling whenever I saw full face of Wet n Wild, but I didn't really care because I'm not the part of the person who cares about sponsorships. But, you know, as you get into the video, she's like, you know, thanks to Wet n Wild for like sending me these and sponsoring this video, blah, blah, blah. And then it kind of makes you feel like, oh, well, she's only making this full face of Wet n Wild video and only saying that everything's perfect because she's sponsored by them. You know what I mean? When I'm sure that's not the case. Wet n Wild has great products, and I'm sure that, you know, she actually genuinely did like the products. But regardless of if she actually likes them or not, that's not what the point is, and that's not what the problem is. The problem is that people are going to think that because she's sponsored by them, that she's lying about what she likes. So that's the problem. I finally figured that out. It took me a long time, but I got it figured out. I think I'm gonna like go crazy and like do some like darkness. You know, I already got this dark look going on. Might as well go for it. But I think that's a big problem with people, and I think that's why people don't like whenever beauty gurus do sponsorships. I'm so smart. lipstick looks way better on camera than it does in person. Now to use this Smashbox Chrome Liquid Metal. I've never used this before. I got this when I worked at Sephora or Ulta. Don't remember which one. Never used it before. Here we go. Okay. I think I'm just gonna do this and then like pat it in with this that looks clean. Perfect. Okay. Why do I feel like I look crazy? Watch this, sister. I bet you didn't know you were getting a lookbook too, huh? This is so gross. For you guys, this video is probably like 20 minutes, but I've literally been filming for like 2 hours. I'm 110% over this video. I hope you guys like this rant. I still never did my hair. I just flipped it over. I'm being so weird. I just need to stop. Bye.